Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I know you saw the title of the video, probably wondering, like, what are bankers not telling us? Bankers don't like you. Bankers don't care about you. Like, yeah. So the guy got down at your local branch, whether it's Wells Fargo, PNC, TD, any regional bank, if it's Chase, doesn't matter who it is. They don't like you. They don't care about you. Sure, they may say good morning, they may say how you doing, they probably even greet you by first name. They don't care about you. Understand that a banker is a salesman through and through. They have three things that they're trying to accomplish with every single face that comes in the door. Number one, I want all of your money here at this bank because I work here and I'm paid and very highly compensated to get you to bring your money here. Doesn't matter how, I don't care if it's a savings, if it's checking, it's a 401k. I don't care if it's the money under the mattress at home. I am paid to get you to bring all of your money here. Number two, accounts, to open as many as I can. Because all that money you brought here, I got to put it somewhere. So when you bring in your money from your checking, your savings, your 401k, your retirement, your HSA, it doesn't matter. It could be a bag of money with a dollar bill sign on it that you got from a bank, right? I want it here. And I want to put it in as many accounts as you want for me to put it into. I don't care if you want one, if you want seven. You're getting accounts because I want your money. And lastly, which is going to seem kind of counterintuitive, I want to give you some money. I want you to borrow as much money as this bank will let you take out. You got a house? Let's give you a home equity line of credit. Oh, you want to buy a house? I'll sell you a mortgage. You need a credit card? I'll give you 10. You're short on some cash? I'll give you a personal loan. You always run short on some cash? I'll give you a line of credit. Understand that everything that a banker does and says is specifically geared toward reaching one of these three goals. That's they're paid to do. That's all they're here to do. Hey, how's the family doing? Seems pretty, simple enough, right? I'm trying to see if you have a wife or a husband, because then I know that later on in this conversation, you may try to use that as an objection. Or I know there's somebody else I can get accounts for. They have a job, they can set up direct deposit. I can get them an account here. Do you have kids? Great. I want their 529 accounts here. That's a tax deferred account for going to college. I want you to get some life insurance through me to take care of those kids. Everything that we speak about, everything that I talk to you about, every piece and every part of every conversation is specifically designed to get information out of you that I can use to sell you something. Hey, how's the car doing? Maybe you need a new car. I can sell you a loan. Perhaps you don't want to get a new car. I can give you a cash only loan so you can use that for whatever you want. How's the house going? How long have you lived there? That tells me how long you've been in the house, which tells me about how much equity you have in the house. I can say your home equity line of credit. Or if you have an apartment, how can you haven't considered buying a house? I want to sell you a mortgage. What do you know about credit? Because the more you know, typically the better your credit is. And if you don't know anything, that means you probably don't have credit. So I can get you a secure credit card or a normal credit card with a lower. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. If you're at the bank and you're taking out money and that withdrawal takes more than about 28 seconds, that person is looking through your account trying to see what I can tell you. Trying to see what they can sell you, excuse me. I say because I did it for so long. It does not take long. Very highly skilled, very well trained bankers, this is what they do. If it takes you more than 20 some odd seconds to go through it, I'm not verifying your signature. I'm not checking your driver's license. I'm not doing any of that crap. I'm looking to see your last 10 purchases. If I don't see a credit card, do you have a credit card? Because when I pull up your account, it gives me everything you have with us. And if I don't see a credit card, let me ask you, do you have one? When I look at your address, if I see a street address in the apartment, are you a homeowner? Do you rent? Would you like to buy? All these questions are specifically designed for me to sell you something. That's all it is to it. They don't care about you. They're going to pretend like they do, but they don't. Now, I know what you're saying, Larry. Damn, that's messed up. I thought you cared about people. What happened to treating everybody like family? Yeah, that's a thing. I did treat everybody like family, and I still had goals to reach. Hence why I'm not in retail banking anymore. I don't like being pushy with sales, but I would tell people if I thought my bank was a better place for them, absolutely. Because when they have issues, they now have me on the inside. So you need to have someone at the bank that you can trust who's going to tell you the truth. Story time. So we had a guy come in when I was working at one of the branches. This guy had won the lottery, won $3 million off a scratch off. Okay, he comes in with this check. It's for $2.75 million. He sits down with me. It's him and his wife. Hey, what should we do with our money? Now, me being me, I have integrity. My job is not to tell you what to do with your money. It's your money. My job is to give you advice on how to get to where you want to go. Understand that a banker's job is not to tell you how to spend your money. Our job is to advise you on the best way to get there. So he looks at me and says, I want to buy $1 million house. Now, some background. This guy was playing $30 scratch offs. He wasn't exactly blowing the doors off with his employment. Throughout the nature of the conversation, found out him and his wife were on Social Security. They were making maybe about $2,000 a month from that. He says, I want to buy $1 million house. So I look at him, and I look at her, and I look at him, and I look at her. I look at him dead in his eyes and say, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Yes, I was swearing in the branch. And he looks at me like the world had been lit on fire. And I could watch the rage erupt out of her. And he says, excuse me, I said, that is the stupidest thing that you could possibly do with that money. She says, who do you ask? Hold on, let's clarify something. Since we've been sitting here talking, you've told me that you've gotten phone calls from 6 different continents, from 20 different countries that you've never been to. Clearly scammers are in your ear. You're probably getting notices from all sorts of CPAs and lawyers who are trying to court you for the business because they want a piece of that money. So I know that everything that I say is either going to go up and over or in and out, and nothing is actually going to stick. So I need to say something to get your attention. I now have your attention. Buying $1 million house is a terrible idea. You can't afford the tax on $1 million house. You can't afford the upkeep on $1 million house. You can't afford utilities on $1 million house. I say, if you want to buy $1 million house, I can't stop you. It's your money. Like I said, I'm not here to tell you what to do, simply advise you on it. But if you buy $1 million house, you're going to live a very nice life for a very short period of time. You've come into a large chunk of money, and that's outstanding. Now, what you do with it is up to you. You can live like rock stars for a few weeks, or you can live the same and leave a giant chunk of money to those you care about. Or we can find something in the middle where your quality of life improves marginally and reasonably. And if you'd like to, we can leave some money for those you care about. If not, we can set up to where you burn through all of it and just about leave a little bit for when you pass away. Now, they were completely shocked and upset. I apologize. Listen, I didn't mean any disrespect, but I had to get your attention, and I have it now. His wife calmed down and looks at me and says, thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. No one's been honest with me. Everybody's always talking about what to do with my money, what to do and how to do it. It's not my job, man. My job is not to tell you what to do with your money. So from that day forward, he was always there with me. I mean, anytime he had a question, I was the guy at the bank. I was the banker guy. So what is the whole point of this video? What is it here for? It's so that when you go to a bank, when you speak to a banker, you are properly armed with the correct information so that you know what you're getting into. That person across from that desk is not there for you. They are there for themselves. They are being compensated quite heavily in most cases to sell you financial services products. What you need is an honest banker, someone who's going to give you the truth and not try to sugarcoat things. It's hard to find people like me. It is, because they're not going to be very lucrative in that. They're not going to make a bunch of money in that position. But like I said, everybody's somebody's mom, dad, brother, sister. If it was my mom, dad, brother, sister, how would I want them treated? And that's how I treated people. So if you got questions about bankers, you want to know what you should do, how you should do it, put them in the comments below. Shoot me a message. I'll happily talk to you about what it is that you need to be aware of. But there are things that bankers aren't going to tell you. I'm not in the branches anymore, so I'll tell you these things. So now you know what bankers don't want you to know. They don't care about you. They're there to sell you something. Find you a good one to hold on to them. Everybody has a guy. I'm your guy now. If you found the video helpful, leave me a like. If you want to see more content like this, because this is what I do, I just give y'all straightforward, honest answers about things in the banking industry, breaking down terms every Sunday. And then every Thursday, we go over something so that you guys can be better equipped when you go out into this financial world. My name's Larry. I'll see y'all later.